Hey Broncos fans, welcome to Broncos News Now, your channel for everything Denver Broncos. Before we get started, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any hot NFL news. The rumors swirling around the Denver Broncos locker room has ignited a firestorm among fans. And at the center of it all is Patrick Certain II, a cornerback whose talent on the field has been unquestionable, but whose recent actions have apparently crossed an invisible line of discipline, according to head coach Sean Payton. Payton, whose legendary career with the New Orleans Saints cemented his reputation as a Super Bowl-winning strategist, has always demanded not only peak performance, but also unquestionable professionalism from his players. Now, whispers suggest that Certain's behavior off the field, whether minor or glaring, has reached a point where it could no longer be ignored, and the decision to sideline him has left the fan base both stunned and divided. For a team that prides itself on cultivating young talent and creating a culture of respect and accountability, the move is not just tactical, but symbolic, sending a message that no player, no matter how gifted or beloved, is above the rules that govern the locker room. Sources close to the organization hint that tension has been building behind the scenes for weeks, a simmering cauldron of disagreements and personality clashes, culminating in a moment that fans are now dissecting with relentless scrutiny, debating every nuance and motive behind the decision. Social media has erupted with speculation, memes, and heated discussions, reflecting both outrage and support, as the narrative continues to evolve almost hourly, keeping the Broncos at the center of NFL chatter in ways that transcend wins and losses. Behind the headlines, insiders suggest that Patrick Certain II, who dazzled fans at Alabama and was the 9th overall pick in the NFL draft, has always carried the aura of a player destined for stardom. But with that comes scrutiny. Sources hint at repeated breaches of conduct, perhaps minor but cumulative, that eventually triggered Payton's decisive action. The cornerback's reputation as a leader on the field clashes intriguingly with the suggestion that his off-field demeanor may have undermined the cohesion of a team trying to establish dominance in a competitive conference. For fans who have idolized Certain for his explosive plays, the news feels almost surreal, as if the player they cheered for week after week has suddenly become an enigma wrapped in controversy. In locker rooms across the NFL, whispers of respect, discipline, and accountability circulate endlessly, and the Broncos' latest move has made them a focal point for broader conversations about player conduct, authority, and the delicate balance between talent and temperament. Analysts speculate whether this decision reflects a deeper philosophy from Payton, whose long tenure with the Saints was marked by strict yet nuanced management of his roster, and whether sidelining a starter sends a ripple effect that will either galvanize or fracture team dynamics in the weeks to come. Meanwhile, fan forums and comment sections buzz with theories, accusations, and hopeful reassurances that the team will navigate this storm without losing its competitive edge, highlighting the emotional intensity surrounding what some see as a single, critical moment of judgment. Rumors continue to swirl around the circumstances leading to the decision, with conflicting reports suggesting everything from disagreements during practice sessions to conflicts over leadership roles within the defensive backfield. Some insiders suggest that the situation may have been brewing since the preseason, with minor infractions accumulating over time, while others point to a single, explosive incident that allegedly forced Payton's hand. The narrative grows murkier as friends, former teammates, and former coaches are quoted anonymously, offering hints that Certain's drive to excel may sometimes manifest in ways perceived as insubordination or defiance, creating friction in an environment where teamwork and adherence to structure are paramount. Denver Broncos fans, already passionate and vocal, have taken to social media to debate the merits and consequences of the coach's decision, creating a chorus of voices that ranges from deeply concerned to fiercely supportive of Payton's approach. The NFL media ecosystem, always hungry for drama, has latched onto the story, amplifying every fragment of information and turning the Broncos' locker room into a spectacle that transcends the boundaries of sports, edging into the territory of cultural conversation about authority, youth, and accountability. Meanwhile, whispers suggest that the decision may have long-term implications for Certain's career trajectory, both within the organization and in the broader NFL landscape, as teams and coaches reassess how to balance raw talent with professionalism in a high-stakes, highly publicized environment. Sources close to the Broncos claim that the decision to sideline Certain was not made lightly, pointing to Peyton's decades-long experience in the league, which has been marked by a rare combination of empathy and strategic firmness. Observers note that Peyton's leadership style is meticulous and deliberate, making this move a signal that the coach values discipline as much as skill, and that no player, regardless of draft status or talent, is immune from accountability. The juxtaposition of Certain's on-field brilliance with his alleged off-field challenges creates a tension that has captivated fans and analysts alike, prompting endless speculation about how the cornerback will respond, how teammates will adjust, and how this decision will reverberate throughout the season. Commentary ranges from cautionary tales about the dangers of star power clashing with leadership to more dramatic predictions of internal revolts or even transfers in the future, fueling the rumor mill and keeping the Broncos at the center of national attention. The fan base, known for its intensity and loyalty, has split into factions, some viewing the move as necessary and principled, while others see it as potentially damaging to morale and performance. The social media landscape has exploded with fan reactions, debates, and speculative threads, as each new insider detail is dissected for hidden meaning, further stoking the fire of rumor and intrigue surrounding Certain and Peyton's high-stakes decision-making process. Veteran sports analysts suggest that the sidelining of a player of Certain's caliber could have profound implications not only for team chemistry, but also for the perception of Denver Broncos management across the league. The narrative being constructed is one of tension, high expectations, and a delicate dance between coaching authority and player autonomy, amplified by the intense spotlight of the modern NFL media ecosystem. Some argue that Peyton's move could serve as a blueprint for future coaches, establishing that discipline and accountability are non-negotiable, even for top-tier talent, while others speculate that it might backfire, creating unrest among players and fans alike. The intersection of performance, personal conduct, and public perception is increasingly scrutinized in professional sports, and the Broncos' handling of certain situation exemplifies the challenges faced by organizations striving to maintain excellence in all dimensions. Fans have taken to online forums, podcasts, and social media platforms to share opinions, create polls, and dissect every leaked detail, contributing to a narrative that feels almost serialized in nature, with twists and revelations emerging daily. The tension is heightened by the lack of official statements or clarity, which only fuels speculation and rumor, keeping Certain, Peyton, and the Broncos at the center of a storm of public fascination, debate, and anticipation. Insiders hint that the situation with Certain may also be a reflection of larger dynamics within the Broncos organization, including expectations for leadership, the management of star players, and the cultural values the team seeks to instill. Peyton's track record with the Saints is often cited as a benchmark for balancing talent and discipline, and this latest move may represent a deliberate effort to recalibrate the team's ethos under his leadership. The implications extend beyond the immediate roster, as rival teams, commentators, and prospective players are watching closely to interpret the signals sent by the Broncos' handling of this delicate situation. Fans, meanwhile, oscillate between loyalty to Certain and respect for Peyton's authority, creating a dynamic of passionate debate that underscores the emotional stakes inherent in professional sports. The rumor mill thrives on every subtle gesture, comment, or leaked snippet, turning speculation into a narrative that is part drama, part strategic analysis, and entirely captivating for an audience hungry for insight into the inner workings of the NFL. As the saga unfolds, the Broncos' locker room becomes more than a physical space. It becomes a symbol of tension, ambition, and the intricate web of personal, professional, and public forces that define the modern game. Speculation around Patrick Certain 2 sidelining has reached a fever pitch, with every media outlet and fan forum dissecting potential implications for the Denver Broncos both on and off the field. Some insiders suggest that the incident reflects deeper struggles within the defensive backfield, where personalities, egos, and the pressure to perform at the highest level collide in ways that are often invisible to the casual observer. The narrative, fueled by anonymous sources and social media chatter, portrays a complex web of discipline, leadership, and reputation management, suggesting that Certain's alleged insubordination may be less about a single moment of misconduct and more about a pattern of behavior that challenged the hierarchical structure Payton has meticulously cultivated. Fans oscillate between outrage, sympathy, and confusion, creating a charged atmosphere that mirrors locker room tension and amplifies every report, no matter how speculative. Analysts are already theorizing how this decision could influence future interactions between star players and veteran coaches, questioning whether the sidelining will inspire greater compliance or breed resentment among teammates who see it as either necessary discipline or harsh overreach. Meanwhile, the social media echo chamber has transformed every gesture, tweet, and cryptic comment into evidence, feeding the rumor mill and making it increasingly difficult to separate fact from conjecture, all while the Broncos continue navigating the unpredictable waters of public perception and internal team dynamics, with the stakes higher than ever. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's talk Broncos. And don't forget to hit the bell to get all the latest NFL updates. Observers point out that the sidelining of a key starter like Certain reverberates far beyond the immediate roster, potentially affecting draft strategy, contract negotiations, and the team's reputation among prospective free agents. The rumor has sparked heated debate among former players, commentators, and analysts, many of whom highlight the delicate balance between raw talent and professional discipline, suggesting that the Broncos' decision may serve as a case study for teams navigating similar challenges. In locker rooms across the league, whispers abound about the potential lessons to be learned, ranging from leadership styles to conflict resolution, as coaches and players analyze every available detail. Fans, for their part, are intensely invested, parsing every post, video clip, or statement for hidden meaning, creating a feedback loop that intensifies the story's impact and ensures that every nuance is scrutinized. Some suggest that Certain's response in the coming weeks will be decisive, potentially shaping his career trajectory and influencing how teams perceive his commitment, professionalism, and leadership potential. Others argue that the focus on the individual obscures larger organizational questions, such as Payton's management philosophy, team culture, and tolerance for deviation from expected norms. The rumor continues to grow, fueled by speculation, analysis, and an insatiable appetite for drama, ensuring that the Broncos remain at the epicenter of NFL discourse, with Patrick Surtain-II's future hanging in the balance, and every move interpreted as a sign of what is to come. The conversation surrounding Certain has also sparked broader debates about accountability, loyalty, and the pressures faced by young athletes in the professional spotlight. At just 24 years old, Certain is already a household name. Yet his youth and prominence may contribute to misunderstandings or conflicts with established authority figures like Payton, whose decades of experience have cultivated a strict, no-nonsense approach to team management. Fans and pundits speculate whether the cornerback's on-field dominance is being unfairly weighed against alleged off-field missteps, and whether the sidelining reflects a necessary correction or an overreaction. Social media platforms amplify every opinion, creating a cacophony of voices ranging from scathing critiques to empathetic defenses, while journalists scramble to verify facts and provide context. The situation becomes increasingly complex as narratives about talent, maturity, leadership, and the pressures of professional sports intertwine, generating layers of speculation and rumor that fuel discussions far beyond Denver. Some insiders suggest that Payton's decision, while controversial, may ultimately strengthen team cohesion if it forces players to respect established rules, whereas others fear it could sow discord, diminishing morale and creating factions within the locker room. The uncertainty, tension, and highly charged atmosphere ensure that every development is magnified, with fans, analysts, and teammates watching closely for signs of reconciliation, rebellion, or renewed focus. Some reports indicate that the Broncos organization is preparing for a delicate balancing act, weighing the immediate need for discipline against the long-term value of a rising star uncertain. The rumor mill is rife with speculation that executives, coaches, and veteran players are engaged in behind-the-scenes discussions about how to manage the situation without alienating other members of the roster. Analysts debate whether sidelining a prominent player signals a new era of stricter enforcement of team culture under Payton, or whether it represents an isolated incident prompted by unusual circumstances. Fans remain captivated by the evolving story, dissecting every practice report, interview snippet, and social media hint for clues about the locker room atmosphere, the players' response, and the potential ramifications for the Broncos' strategy and performance. The intensity of speculation has created a narrative almost separate from the team itself, where rumor, interpretation, and conjecture shape perceptions as much as any official statement. The stakes are amplified by the high-profile nature of the player, the coach's reputation, and the scrutiny inherent in the NFL, ensuring that every action, reaction, and comment is analyzed, reinterpreted, and debated endlessly. Meanwhile, the rumors continue to grow, fueled by fans' emotional investment and the media's constant appetite for drama, making it clear that this saga will dominate discussion long after any formal resolution is reached. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this, give us a like and share with other Broncos fans. And of course, make sure to subscribe to Broncos News now to stay on top of all the NFL news and analysis.